What's up, everybody? It's your boy Conrad and Jelani. We are Inside Men. We here to bring you another episode. We got a special one for you guys today. I know you guys hear a different voice. Y'all used to TJ. He's running a little late. He'll be here in a little bit. So in the time being, I'm going to pilot this shit.
Yes,
so today's episode seems like we doing these about once or twice a month. But, you know, in America, there's been some more shootings. You know, we have the video of the Ronald Greene shooting that came out, the body cam. We have we're here to talk about the California shooting, and we're here to talk about what went down in Miami for Memorial Day weekend. Another shooting took place. What are we gonna do, man?
Well, the Ronald Greene wasn't a shooting, but the police
Right.
beat him to death.
Yes, my corrections. Appreciate that.
It's no different, really.
You know, and so you know, we got the Ronald Greene situation. You know, we have a 49-year-old man that was pulled over by the cops. He was driving at a fast rate and was pulled over by the cops. And what happened, from what they said, was two different stories. And you know, they said that he passed away in a car crash, right?
Yep.
Body cam comes out, and the man's getting tased. He's getting punched in the ribs. He's getting
hog-tied and dragged.
Yeah, and it's just, what if there wasn't any video? How many times have these things have happened where cops have actually hurt a civilian out of what they're supposed to do, and then tried to cover it up?
Yep. I remember when they initially started talking about it, because apparently they waited till like 474 days after it happened to open an investigation.
Over a year.
Almost a year and a half before we're even gonna think about this. Then they announced to one of the officers from the body cam footage that he's being fired. The next day, he dies in a car accident. A lot of people think he killed himself so that his family could keep the pension and whatnot.
Right.
But, you know, nobody knows. But 474 days, that's a cover-up from district attorney down to whoever's in charge of the police.
Literally, because they all have the body cam footage. They all knew what was going on. So why hold the footage?
And then after those 474 days, they really didn't even do anything. It's just a stalling. It's just more stalling. So it wasn't until after, of course, George Floyd's death sparked all this. You know, FBI wants to be interested in all this shit now. So now the FBI and the Justice Department are opening an investigation, and now the footage gets leaked to the Associated Press, and now we see it. Now we finally see it. They've been hiding it for 2 years.
Unreal.
That's crazy.
It's unreal. And you know, as civilians, we hold the police. We hold the police to a specific standard, to a certain standard. We expect more from them. We expect them, you know, cliche, but to protect and serve.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And there's no reason why a car stop from somebody speeding or going over the speed limit should result in somebody's death. And, you know, we see too many of these situations happen way too often with, you know, with minorities.
Yep. Let me just make a quick point. One of the ranking officials said, and I'll never forget reading this shit, said it was justified, and then he used the terms, it was awful but lawful.
Wow,
that's crazy.
What? In situations like this, what do you expect to happen for you to be satisfied?
The only thing that would satisfy me, see, like a lot of people get nervous about things like this, but there needs to be some type of formal oversight committee, and I feel like it needs to be at a federal level. It seems like we can't trust the states to police themselves, because clearly we can't trust the police to police themselves.
Do you think we could trust the federal government?
It would need to be, in my opinion, some type of like civilian board,
a private company.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Who's gonna watch this stuff, go by the letter of the law, and hand out punishment, or fire people, take pensions, whatever it is. Because how many times are we gonna discuss this?
Like I said, it's 2 times a month.
Shit is crazy.
This is about our 29th episode. I think we done spoke about shootings maybe about 10 times. You know what I mean?
Shit doesn't stop, man. 474 days until you open an investigation. Man is dead. Family lied to that he died in a car accident.
I want to see more than people getting fired. I want to see people getting arrested. I want to see people getting convicted. Yep. You know, higher ups, not just pawns, not just police officers. They pawns to me. You know what I'm saying? Not just police officers. I need the people who are running the system to start getting some type of consequence, because, like you said, it wasn't just the police department that overlooked this. Oh, for one point, TJ Jones is walked in. What's going on, brother?
I'm listening, man. I'm listening.
You know, so it's just, you know, we need everybody. You know, it's not enough for the cops to just be held responsible when there's other people that's playing a part in what's going on.
Who are those people?
Anybody.
District attorneys.
It don't get to the district attorney unless the situation is leaked.
Yeah, and there's no way that district attorney didn't see all them hours of footage. There's no way.
So with the shooting,
but they're not going to see the footage unless there is actually some type of conviction.
No,
they're not going to see the footage.
The district attorney is the one bringing the charges, so he got to decide, like, something bad happened here. Now, if the district attorney didn't see it, that means they covered it up before it could even get to the district attorney.
So that means that if there's a cover up going on within the police department, then I'm gonna need everybody in a white shirt inside the police department to be held responsible.
Facts.
And I'm not talking about just people getting fired. That's not enough anymore. Like people need to spend time behind bars. Like if somebody else in their occupation, firing isn't enough for me. Not when lives are being lost at the rate in which they're being lost. And you know, like I said, you know, you look at history, I'm sure there's been tens of thousands of situations like this that was just covered up. Yep. Police officers out here committing crimes, and it's being covered up because there's no body cam footage, or there is body cam footage and it's being hidden. Yep. Only time body cam footage want to come out, you know, immediately is when we can prove the officers right, just so that, you know, we can prevent some type of carnage, some type of riot or whatever that you know might ensue because of, you know, what happened. Mm-hmm. But it's tiring.
I said this before, and I always say it again, that I said this early on. I know you said that we did about 10 episodes like this, and it's unfortunate that we got to keep talking about it. You know, Inside Men, we basically talk about current events, and this is something that just popped up in the news. But I said this before, that once there's one conviction, there's going to be a trickling effect of more officers that get convicted for their mistreatment, for their misconduct. And Derek Chauvin was one. Now officers beyond that, they're going to get convicted, in my belief. You know, so that this situation is popping up now from 2 years ago, there might be some repercussions for what those officers did at that time.
I'll believe it when I see it.
It started already.
But you wanna know what?
Granted, it's late.
So what's taking so
long?
But
it still started. What do you mean?
Like Jay said, you know, he'll believe it, you know, when he sees it.
Mm-hmm.
Like what's taking so long for us, man? It just seems like whenever any other ethnic group is getting attacked, there's something in place to make them feel safe. Why can't we feel safe?
You 100% right. You 100% right. We talked about this before. It goes both ways, you know, as far as the officer's treatment to you and then your reaction to the officer as well too. You know, I know you guys probably discussed this already, but the man ran from the cops. He was a high-speed chase.
Whoa. Nope. That don't got
what?
nothing to do with him dying.
No. I'm not. Listen.
Dying.
No, I'm not saying that it has anything to do with him dying, but we talked about it before. Had he not led officers on the chase, chances are that might have not happened.
Maybe not to him. Maybe not that night. Maybe to somebody else.
What do you mean somebody else? What?
Those officers are criminals.
Not necessarily.
What do you mean not necessarily?
What makes them a criminal?
They beat a man to death and then said he died in a car accident.
Okay, so that right there is 100% a cover-up. They wrong. They should be fired for that.
No, they should go to jail.
They should go to prison.
Yeah, no. They should be fired,
right,
and then go to prison. Correct. But in that case, you can't classify them by saying that they would have did that no matter what.
Why not? Why? Is it just one night they happen to just go too far?
Things happen.
That doesn't happen.
Things happen.
Beat a man to death.
He's tased. He's getting
tased. He's handcuffed.
Okay.
Hog-tied.
Okay.
On his stomach.
Yes.
Why are you continuing to drag this man and beat him? Like, it doesn't make any sense. It's inhuman.
None of us was here, but we can't speak. We can't speak on what was going on through that officer's head, but we could speak in totality of a human. Those officers might have had a bad day.
It doesn't give him.
Granted,
So a bad day.
No. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm about to say. Granted, doesn't mean that you can go and perform outside of your job description. You cannot do that. But these officers might have had a bad day. You know what I'm saying? To this point where things just got out of hand and they were excessive. Granted, these officers were excessive to the point where they tased him, they punched him, they kicked him. You even said it. He was hogtied, and they dragged him while he was hogtied. And then another thing too, they didn't render aid. They didn't render aid.
That's more than a bad day.
Yeah.
Like
That's a bad person. That's a
bad
bad cop.
Yeah, you killed somebody with your hands. That's not a bad day.
Heard him pleading, "I'm scared. I'm scared."
See,
please.
that right there, I will have to disagree with. Pleading means what? Because pleading is just a word. You have to show action as well too. I'm pleading. Here, arrest me.
They didn't give him no chance.
No,
but there's been a lot.
They gave him a chance once they turned their siren on and whoop whoop.
But
regardless.
there's been
And
plenty.
his response was to take off.
Maybe he's trying to go someplace where that's safer.
Safer how?
Populated area.
More populated, well lit.
Yes, I understand that. He got. This is what I'm saying. My mother taught me treat people the way you want to be treated. So I see things differently in both sides, both perspectives. You got to understand, this man just ran from the police. When officers finally catch up to him, it's in a dark, rural area. They don't know what's going on. We talked about Adam Toledo a couple weeks ago, where it was relatively dark and the officers couldn't see that he had a weapon, and then the next second they saw that he had a weapon. So stopping him in a dark area, you don't know what's going on.
With the Toledo case, there was a call that came in about shots being fired. So the police approached that scene with a different mentality, with a different mindset.
Okay, let's rewind, because I don't know. Maybe you guys know the answer. What was the stop for, or what was the stop going to be for?
For what?
When it came to
Ronald Greene?
Yeah.
He was speeding.
Oh, he was just speeding.
Pull him over, yeah.
And then they tried to pull him over, and then he just took him on a okay. So no warrants or no crime committed. Okay. So did they find anything in the car? Like my thing is, what was his reason for running? If it's just a summons, it had to be more than a summons.
Not too sure.
Nobody runs for a summons. That's kind of crazy.
It doesn't matter what his reason for running was, because that shouldn't have counted for him.
Shouldn't have.
No, I say that because he's in fear of something.
But my thing is,
what do you mean? No.
No,
Most black people, when they get pulled over by the cops, they heart stop a little bit.
But my thing is, he's running. He's running from the cops, right? We all know that there's a cost for that. You're gonna get a whole separate charge for running from the cops, evading police. There's reckless endangerment, a lot of different charges that come that are involved with a high speed chase. That's his cost for running. Why does he have to pay with his life? Why does he have to pay with his life? In no world, in any situation, would I sit back and agree or sit back and be like, okay, I understand. It's an abuse of power, and that's what we have going on in this world. From no matter what country you want to look at, you look at this country, everybody abuses their power. The people that are in power abuse it. And you have officers that have that badge and they want to abuse their power. They think they're above the law. Yep. And there needs to be stricter punishments, because firing them isn't enough. You can go and get another job. You know, most people retire and most people put in their 20, 25 years and they can't even retire. They might leave their career job, but they work at another job somewhere else while in retirement. You understand what I'm saying? That pension, I need them to lose a little more than that. Ronald Greene ain't wake up the next day. They went home. They laid in their bed for 400 and something days. They had sex. They got good meals. Ronald Jones was rotting in the grave somewhere.
They could do that in prison too. Have sex and good meals.
No good meals in prison, bro. But
so you ain't grow up on oodles and noodles, is what you're saying, man.
I was fortunate enough to not.
Not oodles and noodles with nachos and M&Ms and shit all cut up in there the way they.
Why not, man? Listen, man. You ain't never have gumbo?
Not that jail gumbo.
You
no,
never have gumbo.
Not that jail gumbo. I don't want none of that shit. That toilet wine.
But it's like I said, it's very unfortunate that we got to talk about this again, and when you actually brought it to our attention, I was like, oh shit, another situation. But then I looked at it. It happened 2 years ago. That's the crazy part, that is just now coming out that it happened 2 years ago.
The George Floyd murders what sparked a lot of this Department of Justice shit. But it's like, y'all kind of late. Y'all kind of late. It's been going on. Y'all kind of late here. Like this national database that's supposed to happen still getting jammed up by Republicans. Like
what's that?
They want a database for when these cops get fired or they have complaints and stuff against them, so that they can't go get another job somewhere else. And
what you mean, like at all?
Like as a cop again?
Oh no, that's official. They
need that.
You get fired. I don't know how it is in other places, in other states, but in New York, you get fired from a city job. You can't get another city job again.
No, in other states, these people going from town to town.
They can do that?
Yeah, they're getting fired as a cop and going getting hired somewhere else as a cop.
So if I get let's just example. I live in Florida. I get fired in Miami PD. I can go to Orlando PD.
Yeah, you can
Really?
go to another.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I didn't know that.
Yo, there needs to be a database. Cop,
But-
you can't get fired for something crazy criminal shit and then go become a cop somewhere else. Like where they don't know you.
I'm 100% agree. You listen. You're not following the guidelines. So what makes you think that you're going to follow the guidelines elsewhere? I get that. I understand that. But has that happened where officer was fired somewhere else?
I can't remember which case it was. It was a couple years ago.
He worked
and
somewhere
like,
else?
This cop has been a cop in like 3 different places already. And it's like, yo.
That's crazy.
And he just keeps getting complaints and moving on somewhere else. It's like, get this guy out of here. That shit
Damn, I never heard that.
that's
Nah, me
crazy.
neither. That's insane.
Yeah. That's shit. That's crazy. Yeah, I've
But
never heard that.
To we want to say rest in peace to Ronald Greene, and we hope his family gets justice, because that ain't right. But to move on to what we got next to talk about, we just coming off of a Memorial Day weekend. You know, everybody knows what Memorial Day weekends like. We go away, we party, we have a good time, we drink, we just turn up. That's just what it's about. But it's for our troops. And in Miami, there's a situation that occurred this weekend where a shooting took place in I believe it was a banquet hall that a local rapper was at, and I don't know exactly I don't know if he was releasing something, performing, but a local rapper was there. 3 guys pulled up in a white SUV with assault rifles. When it proceeded to go into the banquet hall, and they fired into a crowd, hurting 20 people and killing 2.
That's bad aim.
Huh?
That's bad aim.
It's terrible.
I'm making a joke of it, but that's bad aim, though. That's terrible.
I just think they was in there for 10 seconds. No more than 10 seconds, the video caught them. So I just think it was a casualty move. What the fuck is going on?
Listen, it's crazy because it's on a rise ever since the pandemic. Mass shootings is on a rise. And it's like people got these pent up energy. Like, I haven't killed nobody so long. Oh, I want to get somebody. Like, no, you can't have that mentality.
No.
You can't have that mentality. I saw it the other day. I'm going to get some food, and 2 guys got into a fight because they were staring at one another. They didn't know each other from a hole in the wall. They were staring at one another. And the crazy part is that one was in his 20s and the other dude was in his 50s. Come on, man. Really? Just staring at one another.
Listen.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but anything can tick a person off. You know what I'm saying? As far as when we grew up, dude step on your kicks. Yo, I've seen a dude tell another dude, wipe it. And when he went down, and then he didn't want to wipe it. When he forced him to wipe it, he kicked him in the face.
Like, show enough?
Yes. Like, come on, man. Like, really?
The younger generation, these mid-90s babies and early 2000s babies, they playing by a different set of rules, man. Kids aren't off the table. Women aren't off the table. Bro.
The whole block ain't off the table.
Right.
I'll come shoot up everything.
Right. There was a rapper, not to stray away, whose daughter, a couple weeks ago was killed because of a beef he had.
Really?
Yes.
Shit.
She was the rapper was with his daughter inside of a fast food spot. Dudes went up there and they shot it up. The daughter got killed. The rapper didn't. Nope. He ain't even.
But she wasn't a target though.
She wasn't a target.
He was a target.
Yeah.
They just happened to
But
hit her.
I'm saying back in the day, you see somebody with their kids.
I'm gonna get them later.
Gonna get them later.
Like, yo, this is
Because even the one that happened in the Bronx, last year.
Yes, on by the concourse.
Yes.
Yeah, dude was
The
walking his daughter.
He was walking with
the
his
dude
daughter.
crossing the street.
Yeah.
He was walking with his daughter.
Nope.
But the thing about that is that he actually killed them, his boys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was a retaliation
shooting. Yeah.
Still.
But it's crazy because after
No
he got
rules?
killed, they went and shot up some people later on that day. That was,
and it wasn't even them. It was like some people just who they knew.
It's
That shit
there's a
got
serious
wild,
gun problem. And I know, everybody love their First Amendment right. Everybody love to bear arms. Listen, I understand everybody love their rights, but we have a serious gun problem. And everybody want their guns in their hand until it's somebody in their family that's been affected by gun violence.
I don't want to put you guys on blast, including myself, but do you guys live in fear? Do you guys live in fear?
Of what, being shot?
Just violence, just happening, occurring at any moment. I'm celebrating my family member's baby shower this upcoming. Granted, everybody knows one another, but you hear at baby showers things go array.
All it takes is somebody who got beef with somebody else knowing where they at, and then they go in there to try to settle something that they have.
It's crazy because shout out to one of my boys, man. Shout out to my boy Wayne. One of the coolest dudes you ever know, man. I remember being younger, and we was just casually talking. I forget what we were talking about. And then in the conversation, he said, "Yo, I got beef with people." Yeah, I was taken back by that. I'm like, what? You one of the coolest people I know, man. Who don't like you? You know what I'm saying? And that was taken by surprise. On the flip side, I was talking to somebody else, and I told him that I had beef with some people, that some people didn't like me. I didn't like some people. And he said the same thing about me. Damn, man, you a cool dude, man. Like, who the fuck don't like you? So you never know what ticks a person. You know what I'm saying? Anything could tick a person off. To the person want to stab a person, to the person want to shoot a person, to the person just don't like you.
I understand that. I understand that. Keep it with the person you got the problem with. But when you go and you down 22 people, bro, that's domestic terrorism, bro.
But what? That's the thing. People live for a name. They want to make a name for themselves. I don't care if I do 20 years. If I do these 20 years, you're going to know my name is
after a year
Big Daddy Killer.
After a year sitting in there, they realize they fuck.
Oh, absolutely.
Which is why we need to do something about guns, because man has shown you that they're not responsible with guns. And what are we gonna do?
Where's that gonna go, man?
Where's what?
We don't talked about this. What's gonna happen?
Either motherfuckers is gonna keep getting murdered, or they're going to have to remove the guns. There is no middle ground.
They can't remove guns, man. We talked about listen, I would love for that to happen.
So then
I would love for that to happen.
There's going to be stories of people getting slaughtered every
You know what it goes back? Let's go back, man. We all around the same age, man. Let's go back, man. There wasn't a day, a week where I was growing up where I wasn't fighting somebody. And at that point, I got into a fight with somebody. We just made peace and we move on. If I knew you, we made peace and we move on. If I didn't know you, then yeah, there was some distrust there. Nah, I ain't gonna trust you because we got into a fight. But it was a situation before where I don't like you or you don't like me. But now everybody classifying that as hating. What? Listen, everybody ain't hating. They just don't like you. Like, what's the issue? What's the problem? And everybody classifies classifies people as hating them, which take it to another degree, which makes them get more upset, more aggressive, more angry, and it leads to violence.
I don't necessarily think, is hate that has anything to do with it. I just think, where we grew up, from where the kids nowadays is growing up, they have social media. Social media is it's problems, bro.
I said that for a long time ago.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? People want to embarrass people. They want to rob people. They want to beat people up and strip them and record them. That makes somebody go grab a gun. You understand what I'm saying? And, we're gonna have this repeated problem until that is handled. And this country sits back and they're doing everything they can to take away every other right we have. Why not take away the right that's causing one of the biggest problems in this country?
They're not.
I know they're not.
It's money. There's money involved. They generate so much money from social media, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, you mean like, WorldStar, just in general.
But you mean like, I thought you was going, so what's money? I thought you meant like the purchase of ammunition.
Oh, what about it?
No, because you said it's money. Like
No, I'm talking about
they
you-
won't ban guns because I thought you were talking about like guns.
What
is
you're
money.
saying is that they should stop, like, cut social media.
No,
which is,
no.
oh, okay.
No.
That's what I
Social
thought
media,
you.
That's
What I thought you was getting.
No, those
at.
are private businesses.
Correct.
No, you can't cut a private business. What
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to say is you need to. The problem is the guns. It's
Too easily accessible.
But
yeah.
It's
dudes
listen,
online
you hear
with-
what you said? It's easily accessible.
These dudes
What we
online
all,
with RPGs, bro.
well, I get it. I get it. But guess what? You take a gun away, a person is going to find another tool to
That's
kill
fine.
somebody.
That's fine.
No,
But
that's not fine.
It,
That's
I'm
not
tell you,
fine,
it
'cause
is fine. I'm
It's
gonna
an
tell you.
ongoing cycle.
No, I'm gonna tell you.
No,
I'm
it is
gonna tell you why.
Say it again?
It is fine.
You take
No, it's
the,
not.
You
Let
take the guns away, right?
Okay.
If somebody's trying to do something, what they gonna have a knife? That's a close quarter weapon.
Okay.
So you need to be close. You can't
You have
poke
to
up
go earn
22
that.
people. They jumping on you,
No,
bro.
you're not
Go
going to
earn
get that many, but you're going to get your target.
That's
That's fine.
That's
You're-
not-
you're
that is
never-
fine
I'm
still.
gonna tell you
Yes,
why.
it
You're
is.
never gonna eradicate crime, but you need to manage it. You need to
Exactly.
minimize it. You're never gonna get rid of
that
it.
will it will possibly do. But guess what?
It will. It's not even a possibility.
Listen,
Perfectly fine.
if there's
because
no-
those
there's
people
no-
signed up for that.
Okay, there's about in this room right here. There's about 20 loose things in here that I could kill somebody
That's
with.
fine.
Yeah, but you couldn't go on a massacre with it. You
Exactly.
couldn't kill 20 people on the block.
Okay,
You can't sit,
look, they
sit
did
from
it-
a hotel window and shoot at a con.
And 9/11, they did it with a butter knife.
that was different.
Allegedly.
What
We
was
ain't even-
different?
Allegedly.
That was-
We ain't even going there.
What-
Nope,
what
that's
you mean alleged?
That's alleged.
So
We
why
ain't
is
going
alleged?
there. Cause this is the fucking CIA we talking about. That's a rabbit hole we ain't going down.
So you think
At least not
so-
this
So
episode.
all right. So no.
We ain't going there right
Let's
now.
talk about it
We're
because
we're not about to talk
if it's
about
not, if it's
9/11
not,
right
if it's
now.
not,
it's not happening.
all right. So how did the story come about?
Out of
We
what
talking
story?
about guns, bro.
No, but all right. You talking about guns? I get it. I'm in agreement with you, but that's not going to happen. In addition to that, if you do take guns away, other people will use other objects.
That's fine.
That's fine.
I don't think that's
What
fine.
if- all right, so let's say you got a bunch of Bloods and a bunch of Crips about to fight each other, and they all got knives. Let them fucking go at it if that's what they want to do.
No,
But at least they don't
let
have
them-
guns where they could just shoot everything. And hit a
And you
bunch
got
of
you got
innocent
stray people getting
Yeah.
hit.
You can't stop crime.
You're not
No,
stopping crime.
I know that.
But
I
what
know
you,
that.
But what you can do is you can manage it. You can minimize it. You understand what I'm saying? And as long as you got gun, listen, they tried stricter sentences. They tried a year for a bullet. That's not a deterrent. That ain't scaring nobody.
Facts.
It's not. So it's just now you need to ante it up a little bit.
My uncle told me back in the 70s before guns became popular, what a lot of gangs used to do is they would take garden hoses and cut them and pack them with sand, and that's how they would go fight with. They beating each other with those. Everybody signed up for this. We want to have this fight. Here's what we gonna fight. We got knives and we got other things to blunt each other over the head with.
But with
no
a,
guns
with
involved.
with a knife or object that's inside this room, you're not sitting from a hotel window using that object to slaughter people at a concert in Las Vegas
Listen,
or at a Madden event.
you right. But I could still go to the top of the building and drop a ton of bricks on your head.
You could do that.
Yeah.
But that ain't gonna kill as many people as you just spraying into a crowd.
Yeah, if there's a crowd of people, a ton of bricks is gonna kill a few people.
For one, nobody's getting a ton of bricks into a building without being noticed.
No, that's not true. The man in LA, was it? The man in Vegas had rifles.
Right, but you can carry that in through luggage. You can carry that in through a lot of different ways.
Come on. So you mean to tell me that it's okay to disguise rifles but not bricks?
I'm not saying it's okay to do that. I'm saying it's
No,
easier
but
to disguise a rifle than for one, a rifle you
How-
take it apart. You can take it apart.
Yes.
So that shit can come in a little ass.
But he had
toolbox
a
that you could just-
bunch of them.
Right, I understand that, but you know a lot of things come into play. For one, he could have taken 2-3 trips.
Okay.
Wait.
2-3 trips.
How many people
Two, three
think
trips
you gonna
with
kill
the-
with bricks?
Right,
Once you
exact-
drop one out the window and somebody dies, everybody gonna run
Everybody's
away.
running.
Listen,
It's not working.
listen, this is not a cartoon. They're not going to drop one and
Okay,
then.
so maybe you hit a couple people and then they die, and then people are going to stop walking where those people are dying. Like they're gonna look up, like what's going on?
Listen, I get it.
You got rappers. You got
There's crime. Crime will always exist. Crime will always exist. My point is that they're not going to stop the guns. And if there ever was a chance that they would stop the guns, other objects will be used.
That's fine.
I don't agree that that's fine because somebody's life is still on the line.
So you're okay with somebody walking around with an assault rifle, walk up in a restaurant where you could be eating with your family, or a car dealership where you could be buying a car at, anywhere, and spray that shit up where you jumping on your boys and you jumping on your family and whoever else. because you need to protect them, and that's your job. You
Opposed
prefer
to somebody walking in with
with
a
a
knife.
knife.
Saying, oh, I'm coming to kill you.
which is a close quarter weapon. They have to be within close proximity to do it, unless
Mm-hmm.
they nice and they can just toss that shit at you from a distance. They have to be within close proximity to do any
100%.
kind of damage.
100%.
I will take a knife before a fucking gun any day.
Facts.
Any day. And you know, I don't play with guns. I live in New York City. You understand what I'm saying? When I want to go to the gun range, I go up to PA. But we live in a state where gun laws are strict. So the right to bear arms don't apply to me.
But they said that I think they said it about a month ago that they was trying to legalize it here, right?
No, they would never. They would never.
No, I think no, I'm being serious.
They would never do that.
Yo,
out
it was
here.
in talks. Did you hear that?
They would never.
It's about it was trust me.
They would
It was
never
in
do that.
talks.
I will leave
York
this
I thought we
city if they
discussed
did
that before.
Nah, they would never
was in
do
talks.
That. They would never do that out here. It'd be
It-
mayhem. It'd be
You can't do that.
Listen, it's
ham.
already mayhem.
It'd be
So
10
what?
times worse. Why
but
do
so-
you think
so-
big cities have these laws where people can't have guns? You can't walk around with this in LA. You can't do this in these other places
No.
because these big cities, you can't. It's gonna be a massacre.
Facts.
Shootings already. They can't handle them now.
Wall Street.
Do you think?
Picture a
Do you think that and it's a situation where you do because you're told not to do?
What do you mean?
Like we in New York are not allowed to carry, to openly carry, to have, or anything. Do you think that most people seek to possess a weapon and to kill because we are a state that tells people not to do it?
No.
Because in other states, it happens, but not as often as you would think.
people carry
What do you
guns
mean?
because bad guys have guns.
No, what I'm saying is in Texas, that's one of the states where you can openly carry
Right.
and you can carry. But you don't, like, granted, we don't know every last detail of the news that takes place there, but you don't hear about a lot of the shootings because you know that your counterpart has one as well.
The thing with guns, and this is how I see it. When you're inside cities that have strict gun laws, out here in New York City, we deal with a lot of handguns. When you go to the states where they have, lighter gun laws, you're dealing with assault rifles. You're dealing with 12 gauge shotguns. You understand what I'm saying? You're dealing with a different beast. When you go down to Florida, in crazy ass fucking Florida, where all the crazy people reside at, these people are using assault rifles. You don't have a fucking chance, bro. 100 rounds in 10 fucking seconds. 100 rounds. Where do you have a chance? Where do you have a chance, bro? You there to celebrate. You're at a banquet hall. 100 rounds in 10 seconds. Man, that's not even enough time to fucking duck and understand what the hell is going on. You hit. Come on, man. It don't make no sense. And we could segue into the next topic. You understand what I'm saying? What went down in Cali?
They had the shooting where the ex-employee went back to the place and he killed 8 people.
This is happening every week.
But the crazy part about that is that he targeted those people. He specifically said, I'm going to kill these 8 people. And he killed those 8 people. And then, this is what I don't like. It's crazy to say, but you're taking the easy way out when you commit suicide.
100%.
You're taking the easy way out. Now, what happened was he's firing at people. The sheriffs announced themselves. Sheriff's office. He then hears them, sees them, then takes his own life.
Yeah, most of those people have every intention to kill themselves in those situations. They're not going to be held accountable for their actions.
It's terrible, man. Like, it's sad. It's sad.
It's
I don't want nobody to die in fire, but it's a weak move. It's a weak move.
It's a gun problem.
And you know that it's a weak move.
It's a gun problem that we have. And like I said, every week. Now that's the new thing. That's the cool thing now. Everybody running into their job and they shooting people up. I don't live in fear, but the fact that I could literally be anywhere and I got to deal with a crazy motherfucker. Like, everybody want to talk about mental health. Mental health is on a rise. Like, it's a hot topic issue right now, right? Every time a shooting takes place, people want to talk about mental health. Right? So we gonna pay attention to mental health, and let's pay attention to the shootings that's going on, and stop just saying, "Oh man, another shooting. Let's keep this guy's face off the news, so he doesn't get the notoriety he wants." And let's send a prayer out. Prayers for this place. No, fuck that, man. Like, what are we gonna do? Because families are getting killed. Let's not wait for a judge or a politician to get killed before laws get put in place, because that's what it normally takes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, our lives don't mean shit, but a judge gets fucking popped. We gotta make changes. A cop goes to pull somebody over and gets blasted through tinted windows. We gotta get rid of tents now. Let's be proactive. America's not proactive, bro. They're reactive. They know the problems, but they wait till shit happens to do something about it. Doesn't make no sense, man.
It's and lastly, before we end this episode, I don't know how you guys feel, but have you guys went to a hospital lately, or the hospital has metal detectors in the hospital?
Never seen that.
You haven't seen that yet?
It's needed though. I'm not mad at it.
I'm going there for my health. I shouldn't be worrying about the next person next to me in the bed next to me with a weapon.
Let me tell you this.
I shouldn't be.
Let me tell you this.
I'm listening.
The people that went to Pulse nightclub, they went there to party.
Mm-hmm.
Sandy Hook, they went there to learn. Florida Madden event, they went there to play video games. Movie theaters, restaurants. No, this is why there's a problem. Hospitals have metal detectors. People are scared. That's all that boils down to. And there's a problem. You literally can't go anywhere without having to worry about somebody coming and airing it out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. My daughter be 14. My daughter be 14 in 4 months. She could work.
Nice.
You understand what I'm saying? People walking up in people's jobs, killing them. I don't want that shit to happen to my brother, my mother, my father, my daughter. How many people gonna die? Nah, we don't matter. So shoot up all these civilians, and we gonna keep pushing it to the side. We're gonna have bullshit conversations about gun violence. But the first politician that gets killed, the first important person that gets killed, people are gonna want to go and make changes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's unfortunate, and it's a terrible situation, man. And as much as we don't want to talk about this, we have to talk about this. This is a situation where we're going to use our voices, our platform. Hopefully, it resonates in somebody where somebody is in a position to make change, and that's all what we want. We want everybody to go home safely to their families.
That's an uphill battle that no politician wants to embark on. Yeah. They won't even get in office if they talk about gun control.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't going anywhere. So this problem's only going to get worse.
Mm-hmm. And we don't want it to get worse.
Right.
And we want to protect everybody. And what I mean by everybody, Black lives matter, white lives matter, Chinese lives matter, African lives matter, all lives matter. Sweet life. We out.